categorized into primary and secondary. We'll look at them maybe later. So alliteration purely involves consonant sounds. And these consonant sounds come at the beginning of words. And these words are close together in a line of a poem. I don't know whether I'm making these simpler. Alliteration involves consonant sounds repeated in two or at the beginning of two or more words in the same line of a poem. And we have examples given here. Look at these examples here. If this was a line of a poem and it read, she sang a sad song. She sang a sad song. The s has been repeated. The sound produced by letter S here has been repeated in these three words. And as you can see, it is at the beginning of those words. This is what we are calling alliteration. Look at the next example. If this was a line of a poem, they lasted longer than they had last time. They lasted longer than they had last time. This time round, they are repeating the sound L at the beginning of those words. They're actually three. And as you can see, they are not really far away from each other in this line. So that is what we are calling alliteration. Somebody with a question concerning alliteration? A repetition of a consonant sound at the initial position in words nearby in a line to create rhythm, or what we call musicality. That is actually, this is actually the main reason, the main use for alliteration in literature, in poetry. The main use of alliteration in poetry. Any question? Okay, I'll give you a question. Maybe we can just come down here. We have this poem. Let me move it down so that we have it in one page. We have this poem here. Let me give you 30 seconds. You identify lines where alliteration has been used, and you will tell us actually the sound. 30 seconds. The gloomy gallant faces stare sadly at their fate. The silent voices so eloquent, begging for justice as Jesus justified. No love between neighbors is the biggest sin on earth. Identify lines where alliteration has been used. Who is ready? Ludeño. Andres, are you following?
Yes, I'm ready.
You're ready?
Yes.
I was also ready, but let him answer.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Ludeño has given you go ahead to give us the first example of alliteration in this poem.
Wait a bit. I moved the this ones.
The gloomy gallant faces stare sadly at their fate. The silent voices so eloquent, begging for justice as Jesus justified. No love between neighbors is the biggest sin on earth.
The first one is gloomy and gallant. G
Very
and
good.
G.
Very good, very good, very good. So we have the first line. So if you're giving this answer, you will do what I've done up here. Andres, have you seen these lines that I've given? I write down the whole line, then I underline the sounds. But now, since we're just answering, you will tell us the line and the sound. In your assignment, you will do it the way I've done it here. Thank you. The next one, Ludenio, I think you can now get the next.
Yeah, and sadly.
Yes, there are many. I think there are, let me see. Yeah, there are two more.
Okay, thank you.
There are two more. There are two more.
Okay,
Yes?
okay, thank you. The second one, the second line, stare sadly at their fate.
Very good.
Stare and sadly, that is that
Very
begins
good.
with stare.
Very good, Ludenio. That is wonderful. We have this stare sadly at their fate as the next example. And I think someone has done the annotation so you can see the sounds that these two guys are referring to. I can see there are people here who have put their hands up. Let me start with Wahome Mwangi, then Gordon Pocho, or Pacho.
Justice, Jesus justified.
Wonderful. That is Wahome Mwangi, right? Justice as Jesus justified. The J, the sound J, 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 you know, has been repeated to form what we are calling alliteration. Thank you very much, Wahome. I can see you're trying to annotate, which is okay. The letter J, J in the three words, forming or producing the sound G is alliterating. And I think those are the only examples of alliteration we have in this poem. Unless someone can, yes.
Sir,
Yes.
there's one
There's one more.
at the third sentence. Yes.
That's the
The
third
silent
line.
voice
Third line.
eloquent.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me
The
just
silent voice eloquent.
the silent voices so yes. The
There's S in silent
and as in so. Thank you very much, Ludenio. I think I didn't see that. It can pass. Is
there's
there any
another one
other?
also.
There's another one.
Yes.
Yes.
No and neighbors. No love between neighbors.
Very true, very true. Ludenio, I think you've done well here. There is this, that is wonderful. So we have so many examples of alliteration in this poem here. So that tells me that with the number of people who have given us answers and none of them is missing any, we can say that we are good to move on. Though there's a hand here, Brian Blessing, maybe you can tell us something before we move on to the next.
I just wanted to answer the question, but it's too late.
Okay. Brian, be sure you'll be the first one to answer the next one. Let's just look at it. Maybe before that, let me try to clear the annotations. We're now at consonants. Consonants. We say that we are beginning with those that deal with consonant sounds, and we have done alliteration. Now here we are on consonants. Now I want you to understand that consonants and alliteration are almost the same. Why? They both involve consonant sounds. Andres, are you getting that? They both involve what? Consonant sounds. The only difference is, while in alliteration, the consonant sounds come at the beginning of words. In consonants, the consonant sounds will be in the middle or even at the end of the words. And you can see examples here. I'm sorry, the examples I'm giving, it's like they are all appearing at the end, but they can also be in the middle. Maybe just to emphasize that consonants involve repetition of consonant sounds present in the middle or at the end or the end of words. Words that are close together in a line of a poem. So I've given two examples of lines here. He fought and thought about it. He fought and thought about it. So we have t, 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 t in those words. The sound t. Andres, the next one, and I want you to be keen on this one. I'm sorry, our pronunciation sometimes may not be the perfect one, but I think we can get the sense here. She had talked. She had talked about it a lot. Are you? Yes, I can hear someone. Do we say talked? No, we say talked. Talked. We don't say talked. So
It's even hard to say that without stammering.
Yes. She
Yeah, hard to
talked
say that
about
without
it.
struggling.
Yeah. So that's why we are taking this D, though it is a letter D. The sound produced is T. Are you guys there? Though this letter is D, yes, the sound produced is T, not D. We don't say talked. We say talked about it a lot. So talked about it a lot. So you can see that T, T, T coming so many times. Gordon Pacho or Pacho.
In your example, the first one,
Yes.
there is in thought there's OU, in thought there's OU, and in about there's OU in the middle.
Yes, which produces the sound. Okay, in the first two, fought and thought, the sound produced is O, a long O. But in the word about, the sound produced by OU is O, O, O. Actually, and oo, about, about. So this one, you will see where we will consider these OU. These are vowel sounds. Pacho, if you can hear me. Remember we said that our point here, consonants, involves, consonant sounds. Can you see this part? Let me underline it. That it involves consonant sounds. So that is where our point is. And that's where we cannot look at OU. Pacho?
Yes.
Are you okay now?
Yes.
Okay, Ludeño, your hand is up.
Yes, thank you. I find it hard in the way you have explained consonants.
Yes.
On the other hand, involves repetition of consonant sounds present at the middle or
In
at
the middle.
end.
Let me correct this one.
In the middle.
In the middle or the end of words. So it can be anywhere, but not at the beginning. Yes,
Okay,
Ludeño?
sir. You have given us examples of the one in the end. Now, I find it hard to find it in the middle because the way somebody has answered there, OH, OU, and there's another in OU in thought and fought. So how do you find the difference out there? Because I find it hard to understand.
Maybe I should give another example here of something that you may have come across before. Betty Porter, boat, betta, butta. Oh, I underlined everything. I'm just trying to maybe to make it clear or to make our examples clear here. Now here we have double T, which of course only produces one sound, T. Same to Porter, which produces the sound T. We have T here. Now it's at the end of the word, but it still produces the sound T. Bitter, double T again in the middle, but producing the sound T, and butta, double T again in the middle, but producing the sound T. So you can see Pacho and Ludenio that these words have the sound T appearing in the middle, and in one word it's actually at the end. That one fully satisfies our definition here. So I don't understand, or I don't get your question clearly, but if you're referring to O, U, those are vowel sounds. They are not consonant sounds. So we're going to see where we will consider them.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
What about the R in the potter, betta, butta?
Exactly. We have porter. Actually, it is R, sound R. It's an R that is
R.
yes, R.
I'm talking of R.
Oh,
run.
okay. The R for, you know, the R, the R.
Yes.
Now, in these words, porter, betta, and butta, the sound R is considered to be, I can say, non-rhotic in the British language and rhotic in the American language, or
So
in
you have used big English.
Now, yes, American English. I'm sorry. Are we there? So in
You have used a big English word, sir.
yeah, American English pronunciation will have these R articulated. It will be produced. In fact, sometimes you hear them saying bearer, putting some R there. Others may say porter, so that you feel the R articulated in some way. Better, you feel the R articulated. Otherwise, considering the English pronunciation rules, English language pronunciation rules, we will say that the R is not articulated. And if it does, it's part of the E, producing the sound R. The sound R, porter, porter. Yes?
What about in the word miniter?
Yes? The
The
word?
word miniter. Miniter.
Minitor, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, the R, producing the sound R. So the R will not be articulated if the word is pronounced according to the English, British English.
Okay.
Okay. So is that clear? Now we go for examples from our poem again. The Hague. We have the Hague here. The gloomy gallant faces stare sadly at their fate. The silent voices so eloquent, begging for justice as Jesus justified. No love between neighbors is the biggest sin on earth.
Okay, for me, I'll say the L in
That
gloomy
is
and
Daniel.
blunt.
Yeah, in the first
For me,
line we
I'll say
have the
first
L.
sentence.
Yes.
Yes.
The
And
first.
the land.
Very good. So we'll have this one. I'm sorry, I could not. Let me underline it for you. So we have the L in the words. Yes. Thank you. So that is it. That's correct, Ludenio. Pacho, your hand is still up. Let me hear you say something. Then Andres.
In the third
hand is up.
sentence.
No. Yours is
In the
not up.
third,
It's sender. Moses sender. Yeah. So Pacho, then sender.
in the third sentence, in
Yes.
silent and eloquent, ELN.
Very good. So we have the silent voices so eloquent. The L again has been repeated there. So we pick it. Moses Sender, another one. Very good, very good for that. Yes.
Sure, one.
The fourth one,
Yeah, the fourth
justice,
one.
justice and justified.
Yeah, justice and justified. The sound is, which sound are we
T.
picking?
T.
Yes, we have t. Very good. We can also
Sure,
pick.
sure, another one.
Yes.
For the fourth line,
Yes.
justice, Jesus, and justified. S, and S.
Very good. We have
Yes,
the
correct.
actually justice. In the first word, you can either pick the S, the first S, or the CE because it produces the sound S. Are we there? The sound S is there. In the next word, we have Jesus, the last S. Justified again, the S. I think that is
Sir.
what we do, and we score our mark for that. Another one, yes?
Sir.
Somebody? Yes, somebody?
At the second sentence,
Yes.
there is stare at.
Stare
See-
sadly at their fate.
Yes.
Sure,
Which one
another
are you
one.
picking? Which one are you picking?
T.
The T.
T.
The T. Very good. Stare
Sure.
sadly at
Sure, over here.
fate. Very good. Fate at
Sure.
stare. Yes, Andres?
In the fifth sentence,
Yeah, the fifth
no
line.
love.
The fifth
In the
line.
fifth sentence,
Line.
no
Yes.
love and neighbors. O and O.
But that is
Andres, O
that's-
is a vowel sound.
Leave it.
Yes, O is a vowel sound. That's a good attempt. Another one? Any other?
Last sentence.
The last line?
Biggest and earth. T and
Yes.
T.
The biggest is the biggest thing on earth. Andres.
Then
No.
listen.
Andres,
Sure,
yes,
listen.
I'm
Then
getting you. Yes.
biggest and
Hello.
earth. T and T.
But you're looking at
So
the pronunciation.
the pronunciation is different between
Yes, the
biggest and earth.
pronunciation is what we are looking at. Who is that answering him? Is it Matthew or Pachu?
Moses.
No,
TH and
sure, I have
Matthew is
another.
responding
Hassan.
to Andres.
Hassan.
It's me.
It's Hassan.
It's me.
Me.
biggest
You know the problem, everyone has unmuted, so I can't tell who is speaking. Let me mute them all first, so that I know who is speaking. Now, someone, Andres, if you can hear, look at the word is the. Is there t? We're not saying is ta. It is not is ta. So that we say the T there has been pronounced as t. It is actually T together with H producing the sound the. Biggest, that is okay. The T you can hear. Biggest. On earth, we don't say at. It is on earth, not at. So the T is not produced as the one we have in biggest here. So there's no alliteration in this line, Andres. Are we there,
about
Andres?
they and earth.
Yes,
They and earth.
Andres, I want you to get it right. Huh? We're not looking at the letters. We are looking at the...
Yes. That's what I'm saying. You said you're looking at the sound it makes.
Okay, I now get you. Yes, this one is...
So they and earth. TH.
Excuse me, Cha. But
Now I
the
get
they,
you. Yes.
but the TH,
Yes.
it's at the front.
Okay, that is not the reason. Sender, thank you for attempting. The reason is the is a heavy, a voiced sound, while earth is a voiceless sound. You know the way you say, what can I say? Dog and talk. Dog and talk. Are those similar sounds? No. It's the same thing we have here. Dog is heavy. Talk is, I can say, light. Otherwise, the technical terms are that one is voiced, one is voiceless. Here, the is voiced. Earth is voiceless. Do you get the difference? We don't say earth, it is earth. And then the other one is not the, it is the. So they are not the same. Andres? Andres? He's gone silent, but I believe he will be back. So we
Connecting to the Wi-Fi.
yes.
I was just reconnecting to the Wi-Fi. The electricity had gone.
Oh, okay. It's all right. So we've said the is not the same as earth. This is the, and this is th. So this one is voiced, this one is voiceless. So we can't pick them. But all the others that we mentioned are right. Can we move on to assonance? Somebody give me an okay. Oh, I can see their hands up. Matthew, then Pacho.
So can you consider the S's in the last line?
In the last line, is
biggest and sin.
Is, oh, maybe in the biggest and sin. These two, right. But the first one, no.
And sin, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, these two are right.
I disagree.
But now
disagree.
The problem, yes, the
I
problem
disagree.
is that, yes, the
S
problem
is
is that this one is
beginning.
at the beginning, huh? Andres, no, not Andres, but Matthew. The first one is at the beginning. I mean, the second one is at the beginning, while this other one is in the middle. So we cannot maybe consider them. So I'm sorry. So we move on to assonance. Now, Matthew, you still have a question?
No.
Okay, if there's no question, then on to assonance. And here we're saying assonance is assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds in words that follow each other closely in a poem, usually to create musicality. Let me first mute these guys. Thank you. So I want you guys to now see where we place those sounds that somebody was talking about, or you and o as a diphthong. Members of 1N can understand when I mention diphthongs here, because I think I introduced them to them. I introduced diphthongs as a topic to them. Now, assonance involves vowel sounds, and they, just like alliteration and consonants, they should be in the same line of a poem, and maybe to be particular, appearing close to each other. And we have examples given here, assuming that these are lines in a poem, and they read, actually they are lines in the following poem: pleading, heaving, or pleading, heaving, leaning on the false, fortified force. And here we are looking at E and A. Together, they are forming the long vowel sound E, where we say pleading, not plead, plead, heave, lean. So pleading, leaning, heaving on the false, fortified force. The same line, we may want to look at another sound in the same line, which is actually O, the sound O. And then here, Enris, here is where I want you to now see why we are not concentrating on letters, but the sound. Look at the word false. The letter here is A, but the sound is O. So we pick it. Here, the sound is O. Though the letter is okay, is the same or same to the last one. So we are picking these three. Though two are the same, produced by the same letter O, one of them is produced by the letter A, but the sound is O, a long O. False, fortified false. Is that clear?
Yes.
Can we identify it in the poem?
Yes.
Thank you. Here the poem is, all his life James had thanked her, pleading, heaving, and leaning on the false fortified foes, filled, sickly, and sinful to her hateful eyes. Booing him, she looked good, sly, fly, and likely to puke. She had slept with him and borne him a boy. The boy was buoyant and young. He is their only son and their rival politicians. So that is the poem. And we don't care about what the poem means. We are interested in this assonance thing. Now, assonance, can see there is one of you who is busy doing annotations rather than listening to these assonance, alliteration, and consonants. Wait for your exams, my brother. Yes, 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 Ludenio?
At the first line
Yes.
is I between his.
Yes.
Is I between L and between life.
Do we say life or life? His, that is E. Life, that is I.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So they will not be the same.
Okay, when you come to A, between James.
Yes.
And A between thanked.
Wonderful. Yeah. So James had thanked. So James had and thanked. Those three words, the letter A produces the same sound. So we will do that. Thank you. Those three are okay. Thank you, Ludenio. Mwangi,
There's another.
Oh, okay. Ludenio, I'm coming back to you. Let me see if this guy can also get it the way you've done. But I'll come back to you. Mwangi, your hand is up.
Filth, sickly, and sinful.
Wonderful. The sound is?
E.
The sound E. Very good. Filth, sickly, and sinful. Wonderful. That is what we want. We have someone else with his hand up. A new person, that is Mirikau, then Pasho.
Oh my God.
Mirikau. He's just disappeared. Yes?
The sound E.
Yes.
Pleading.
Yes.
Pleading, heaving, and leaning.
Yeah, very good, as given in our example. So we underline both E and A because together they produce that long vowel sound E. So we say pleading. That sound is because of the E and A. So we underline the E, A, E, A, E, A in those three words and we score. Another one, we talked of Pacho, then sender.
There is in the fourth line, there is booing looked good.
Yes, we have booing, looked good. The ooh, very good, very good. That is sender.
Yeah.
Did I pick you? Is it sender or Pacho? Did I pick you?
It was me, Pacho.
Oh, so it is not sender now. Yes. Remember, Ludenio is having answers. If you don't give me answers, I'll go back to him. Yes, Mohammed Hassan.
So I wanted to say in number 2 here, you said false, AL pronounced as a vowel, and we have not underlined it, false.
Yes, we picked this one. Someone has not just identified it, but we have said these the A here is producing the sound O, because we don't say false, we say false. So we pick it together with this O here and this O here. Hassan, you get it? They are producing the same sound O, O, O. So it's like you're repeating the sound O, 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 O in those words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. These guys here who are putting their hands up, Mwangi?
In the fourth sentence, sly and fly.
Yeah. Sly, fly, likely. So you will underline the Y, and I in the word likely, because they are the ones producing the sound I. Fly, sly, likely. Are we there? Okay. Another one, but let me go back to Ludenio. He has been waiting. I just wanted to give a chance to, yes?
There is him.
Yes.
There's an I.
Yeah.
Booing the fourth line, I think so.
Yeah, she had slept with him and born him a boy. So which sound are you picking?
The I between him
Yes, and the
and
I
born
between.
him.
Yeah. So the I between with and him. Of course, you can also pick this one because this one and this one are the same. So this one, and this one. So that is good. But now, maybe something I want you to be keen on. If in a
Yes.
line you only find words repeated, then don't go for those sounds because it's not the sound being repeated, it is the word. Is that clear? Like if there
Okay,
was a
sir.
word, yeah, if the word with was not in this line, we would not go for this sound E because it's not just repeated, it is the word that is repeated. So it has to be deliberate that you're picking words that have the same sound so that you say there is assonance there. So that is what we go for here. I can see the numbers are really going down because it's lunchtime.